Bien, écoutez, je propose que l'on ne tarde pas à commencer. Euh, Rita et moi-même allons euh, manager cette réunion, essayer de faire en sorte que tout se passe dans les meilleures conditions pour que nous puissions aboutir au maximum d'informations et d'avancées pour ce FSM de Katmandou. Euh, Ce qu'on propose, c'est qu'il y ait donc deux points. Un premier point qui a trait à la mobilisation, à la logistique, à la préparation à Katmandou et par les camarades du comité d'organisation népalais. Euh, donc, ce serait le premier point. On pourrait se donner jusqu'à 2 heures, 3 heures, 3h10, heure de Paris, on donnait une petite heure. Et puis, on suivrait avec le deuxième point qui mérite débat, donc, et qui fait suite à la discussion que nous avons eue la fois dernière sur la possibilité d'organiser 5 panels. On reviendra tout à l'heure dessus. Et donc de voir comment, dans quelles conditions, le, le, le secrétariat du CI a fait fait un certain nombre de propositions qu'on va vous soumettre et voir si on est d'accord avec cette proposition et cette manière de travailler et sur le principe, puisque nous avons eu un message de Pierre-Georges qui faisait état de voir un peu évoluer la démarche. Donc voilà, ça fera débat si c'est nécessaire pour qu'on finalise aujourd'hui sur donc ce point-là. Est-ce que ça vous va? Rita, c'est OK?
Você pode começar essa primeira parte, por favor.
OK. Vamos a empezar, on va commencer. Donc, nous avons discuté lors du dernier secrétariat un certain nombre de points, parmi lesquels était à la fois la question de la mobilisation dans chacun des continents et les difficultés éventuelles de mobilisation au regard des moyens financiers. Et donc, on a abordé les questions aussi financières. On a abordé la question de la logistique, tant en matière d'hébergement et que en matière de transport, avec la démarche qu'a tenté Léo et qu'essaye de faire avec Turkish Airlines. Et puis, nous avons entendu aussi de la part des camarades népalais l'état des activités qui sont déjà inscrites et des organisations déjà accréditées dans le cadre du FSM. Peut-être qu'on va commencer par cette première partie, si on est d'accord, et laisser aux camarades népalais, Netra, Homme ou je ne sais pas qui, dire un peu il en est depuis la semaine dernière, tant dans les inscriptions que par rapport aux organisations, aux activités aussi enregistrées. Voilà. Je ne sais pas qui veut prendre la parole côté népalais. Puis après, Léo reviendra sur...
Sorry, Fabien, there are
Yes.
two English voices,
Ah,
so it's difficult to understand.
yes,
There are
I
two.
think
We
I
are
think
so strong
it's
that we are
difficult.
two English translation. One, please.
Oui, j'imagine.
No, espera, no.
Euh,
Voy a decir algo, querido, perdón, Fabián. A la compañera que hace portugués-inglés le vamos a pedir que tome el relay de Emerson para pasar al inglés. Adelante, Fabián. Listo.
Gracias, merci. J'espère que ça va être réglé avec la bonne volonté de tout le monde. Merci aux interprètes d'ailleurs pour leur travail. Alors, Homme, Netra, veut intervenir sur cette première partie de ce premier point? Netra? We don't hear you, Netra.
Okay, okay. Then shall I start now? Good.
Yes, you
Good
can.
morning, good afternoon, and maybe good night as well. In many countries, it already night. Thank you, comrade colleagues. We have some updates to give you about the Nepal organization process. So we have been now focusing on both the logistic part and the program part. In terms of the logistic part, we are coordinating with government agencies as well. Yesterday, we visited 2 government ministries to help to set up the what they call renovate some venue, okay, the program venue to finish quickly because there are some what is called the restroom we have to install and we have to renovate, and then also some spaces that we need government and municipality help in terms of the all the public spaces that belong to government. So that is the one. And then we have started to plan the venue for assemblies and parallel sessions, which rooms, and then also some procurement of the um, what is called the internet, how we can install, how we can make it, and then all the screen setup, all the informations like that. That is the preparation on the logistic part. On the program part, and then also we have uploaded the logistic note. Please have a look, access the website of 2024. There is a section, and then that is called the logistic note. And you can find everything on the logistic note about the arrival in the airport, and after arrival, how much the taxi or local transportation will take to reach to the hotel, and then after hotel, what kind of the taxi transportations are available, and your SIM card, local SIM card in Nepal, the communication is very easy. The SIM cards are available on the spot, no, in the airport. You can buy that and how much that cost, and then venue from your hotel area. We have what is called block. We have divided the hotel area in different block, and from one block, one area to venue area, mostly walking distance. You don't need to take any taxi or travel. If you are able to walk up to 3 kilometers, you don't need to walk more than 3 kilometers, but 1 to 3 kilometers. Okay, that is the walking distance. And then we are also setting our space for evening reflection, and then also evening online meeting if we need it, for the IC and then organizers, IC members being together, okay, for to have a reflections. So these are all the logistics that what we are setting in. We are also negotiating with the government if they can provide some subsidies, asking the hotel associations, etc. So the government can request the hotel association, because the hotel association is not under the government, but to attract our foreign delegates to in Nepal. We have been doing that. In terms of the program, there are a number of programs, a number of social movements and organizations have registered. So we had a meeting today about how we can make effectively organize in National Organizing Committee meeting, how we can make effectively what is called how we can make effectively organize the forums coordinate. It means coordinate or facilitate, no, with the and to make a global, because we understand that the most of the program that is happening in Nepal, WSF, are not local. These are the global. If not global, at least the 2 to 3 regional. Okay, regional. So we have discussed today how we can make it more global and regional, and how we can facilitate, coordinate with our colleague in different continents, and how we can communicate with them. We have discussed, and then we have also given some responsibility to the cluster of organization for that. So I would like to just make a small presentation, the train, how the people they are coming with the program, okay? How they are planning, how they are thinking on the program side. I have also shown there the same slides. There are a few additions. Slides in the IC Secretariat meeting. So I will quickly go through to give you some glimpse of what is happening in terms of the assembly. It is not opening program. Opening program, in the opening, still we are planning for the Solidarity March, how we can move with the Solidarity March, what kind of the cultural program we can make in between in the road, local culture and local costumes, etc. We are planning for that, and we'll have around 4 kilometers long solidarity march. We are fixing the route for the 15th, the opening program, and also making the stages, and then also identifying the speakers, main speakers from the all continent, and also making a logistic to make a live the opening program, and also hybrid, okay, with the Zoom. And then we can request in the opening the those who cannot come, the delegates are the speaker. If there are some prominent speaker that we recommend to speak, so pre-recorded. For example, we are asking some, we are not yet asking, but let us decide. If you recommend some people that maybe they could not come, but they are very important for our forum to explain, to give the solidarity message, then we can ask them the pre-record message, and then we can display in the inauguration program with the big screen. Okay, big screen. That is the inauguration. And the table I am showing you here, this is from 16 to 19 February. All these are the thematic spaces, and then assemblies, and then forums, and then convergence, whatever. The people, the movements, the organization would like to have. So these are the registered activities. For example, some organizations or movements, they wanted to organize the reimagining of feminist human economy. Just I am in the beginning, I would like to tell you that with before going through the table, there are many seems to be duplication, same issues, many cluster of organizations they are taking up. After few weeks, after we receive all the program, and then we will request the organizing team to dialogue each other, to come together if they can merge their program, assembly sessions, their forums, and then if they agree, and they maybe we can have again joint assemblies, convergence, forums, and thematic space thematic discussions or parallel session. So it seems this table gives an impression that there are the many repetitions. So there are the forum that the economic inequality and the link to the gender inequality, and then is the forum that women trafficking, the major issue in the Asian continent. Okay. And then also the reimagining of just feminist agriculture transition. This is also a kind of the feminism, okay, feminist movement and agriculture, etc. And also there is a 20 years of the right to food, okay, guidelines. Maybe it comes to the some FAO actions or like that. And there are the agroecology and right to natural resources. There are some will be talking about the education, the privatizations, and then neoliberalism in education like that. They are coming with some concept note, and also the political leadership of the women's. Okay, women's representation in the political leadership, and also the universal social protection and assembly and the development of WSF and global WSF, voices on bail and empowering women for social justice, and also global feminist forum, resisting systemic biases. It is also a big assembly going to be held. And likewise, there are the people's economy, solidarity economy, and there will be the feminist dialogue on inequality again. Maybe they can talk and they can merge World Assembly and democracy and civic space, particularly many Palestine issues, okay, war and crime and peace also linked to this, and there is a different assembly or for what is called a big meeting on this Palestine issue. Also, we have the World Youth Assembly on climate justice, and also there is the film festival on the people's film, okay, and then some European organizations. I think it is the attack. They want to have a European common space for alternatives, and particularly some movements. We have a movement in Asia that the agriculture for food, no, agriculture not for trade. Agriculture for not trade. Agriculture commodities should not be traded, and agriculture should not be traded. Agriculture should be for food first, like that, no. So that they wanted to have a big assemblies on that, and we have an intercontinental youth forum. Interforum, they will have their own with the 9 thematic: youth and climate, youth and feminism, youth and migration, youth and peace, youth and disarmament, like that. No? They have book on the 17th. All that they will have the assembly and then parallel session where as well. Global talk on hunger and food system. Okay, there is the right to food. Maybe many food systems also come under these. We have a parliamentary forum, and we have a global land rights forum, particularly in India. There is a big land right movements, and then from India border, they will march 50 kilometers from India border to Nepal, and from there they will come by bus, and then again 15 kilometers away from the venue they will start again march from demanding okay, social justice, equity, okay, and peace, non-violence, etc. So that is already set in the Patna meeting. Recently, Patna India Social Forum meeting. So we have a global dignity forum. We have labor migration, foreign labor migration, and then all the ITUC, International Trade Union Congress is mobilizing Asia Pacific and then other continent as well. And then they have communicated to 63 countries to come to Kathmandu for the World Social Forum. And they will be organizing big assembly, trade union assembly on the labor and social protection. And today, one of the ITUC member organization came in our meeting, in our NOC meeting, and he declared that. He informed us that they are talking with the 63 countries trade union ITUC members. So ITUC has also got a big interest on the World Social Forum Nepal. Likewise, we have a global human rights defenders, because in many countries, human rights defenders are in risk, in crisis, are in sentence, in jail, are in the are in threat. So many human rights of the different countries, human rights activists, they come and then make a big solidarity assembly, okay, in Nepal. And that is their book for the 18th February. So these are the many others are coming. So we asked today to give up 7 to 10 days more to come all the to receive all these program, and we will formally share to in website and also to all our networks what is happening, what is emerging. I stop here, and I have a number of, maybe if you respond, I have a number of requests to you. Sorry, I have a number of requests to you. That is that how many of the IC members will be able to come to Kathmandu physically? That is the one. Some reflection is still decided, depend upon the resources, etc., etc. Another one is the how we can make the hybrid one that we will discuss with the panel. So also the contribute. I would like to request to contribute all these programs to shaping, reshaping, restructuring, so that we will finalize together when we will receive all the program altogether. Thank you very much.
Merci Netra. Merci Netra. Je pense que nous avons là un tableau de la situation et des inscriptions. Il n'en reste pas moins qu'il y a sûrement des interrogations et des questions qui sont dans la tête de tous ceux qui sont présents là aujourd'hui. Pour ma part, on a deux points que nous on se pose comme question là, et qu'il faudra voir à répondre peut-être globalement quand d'autres questions auront été posées. C'est par exemple, quelle est la date limite d'inscription des activités qui pourraient se mener ou sur place ou en ligne? Et deuxièmement, l'autre question que nous nous posons, c'est est-ce qu'on pourrait faire un petit mode d'emploi de la participation en ligne, participation en hybride? Voilà, ça c'est les deux premières questions, si vous pouvez répondre tout à l'heure. En attendant, je pense que Léo peut dire peut-être en quelques minutes de où il en est de la possibilité d'avoir des réductions sur les transports, et peut-être chacun pourra revenir sur la mobilisation à son niveau et dans les continents. Il y a Rita d'abord qui voulait prendre la parole, et puis après ce sera Léo. Rita, não te escucha.
É uma pergunta com relação às inscrições também. Todas essas atividades, elas foram inscritas por organizações, se eu entendi bem, né? Então, as organizações colocaram essas atividades como assembleias. E Netra nos falou que em 7 dias isso estará no site, mas algumas assembleias serão convergências. Então, acho que precisaríamos precisar um pouquinho mais sobre como podemos fazer essas convergências. Também, se fora as atividades de assembleias estão sendo inscritas, pequenas oficinas, workshops que estarão no programa e que não são necessariamente essas grandes atividades. E é interessante porque essa lista é muito importante, porque ela nos coloca também uma pessoa de contato para cada atividade. Acho que precisaríamos fazer uma divulgação, algo que colocasse as atividades em comum, possivelmente propondo que, sugerindo, né, perguntando se serão convergências, enfim. Falta um pouquinho mais de detalhes sobre se o porte dessas atividades, né? Quem está organizando essas atividades também é muito importante, porque um nome é uma pessoa de referência. Agora, se eu sei que quem está organizando a Marcha da Índia é uma organização ligada aos movimentos da terra internacionais, isso é muito importante para enviar a esses movimentos. Enfim, acho que precisaríamos precisar um pouquinho mais para poder trabalhar com essas informações que são absolutamente valiosas. Algumas que não entendi, que é o Fórum Social Mundial com relação a 2025, não sei quem é que está promovendo, né? Eu vi que uma outra sobre o debate APR, enfim. E eu gostaria de pedir também mais uma informação prática. O tempo para liberação de vistos, ou seja, quem vai para o Nepal, por exemplo, nós estamos tentando viabilizar no Brasil que algumas pessoas estejam. Essas pessoas, elas vão ter que trabalhar com vistos, há uma orientação geral sobre prazos. E mais uma última informação, acho que seria interessante também, nós temos algumas referências que são mais relacionadas a hábitos, comportamentos, como as pessoas se cumprimentam, no Nepal, que ajudem, que seja uma acolhida e que as pessoas respeitem, quem estiver chegando, respeite a cultura local. Por exemplo, álcool é liberado no Nepal? Se não essas questões, acho que poderíamos fazer um roteirinho, se você vai ao Nepal, usufrua, aprenda com a cultura nepalesa e também interaja com essa cultura de forma respeitosa. Acho que essas coisas, quando vai chegando o fórum, elas são muito procuradas. Muito obrigada.
Merci Rita. Léo, peut-être quelques éléments sur les transports et puis après, préparez-vous à des questions sur effectivement ces différents points qui ont été évoqués et d'autres probablement, avant d'aborder la deuxième partie maintenant dans 20-25 minutes. Hein. Donc on a 25 minutes encore pour faire le point sur cette mobilisation-organisation. Léo?
Voy a hablar en español.
Muy bien.
Está muy lento el proceso eso de reserva. Quizás en total ahora hay como unos 30. Tengo la ligera sospecha que no se está tomando esto suficientemente en cuenta. Como había dicho anteriormente, no hay un compromiso al anotarse, no hay un compromiso de pagar, sino que para construir la red, el funcionamiento interno también con Turkish Airlines. Eso es y para que sepan cuántos vienen de qué parte, etcétera. Entonces yo pediría que porque por principio hemos dicho que hasta mañana 15 de diciembre estamos comunicándonos va a ser el lunes, ahora con Turkish Airlines para ver sobre qué pase vamos a trabajar. Yo sé que, por ejemplo, los brasileños me dijeron algo que van a ver el 18 si hay fondos para ir o no ir. Yo les recomiendo, anótense de todas maneras, ah, aunque después se puede decir que uno no va. Ah, eh, eh, por otra parte, me había dicho Netra que había colocado esta oferta en la página web. Yo lo estaba buscando y no lo encontré. O sea, no tiene, de todas maneras, quizás me equivoqué, pero no tiene mucha visibilidad esta oferta y estamos ya al final de recoger las diferentes cosas, así que por favor manden voy a poner por última vez también otra vez la dirección de email donde ustedes se pueden inscribir para el transporte aéreo. Bueno, eso es en cuanto a transporte.
Merci Léo, merci Léo. Merci Léo. Donc, si j'ai bien compris, on a jusqu'au 15, voire 16 décembre pour envoyer à Léo vos réservations qui ne sont pas forcément définitives, mais qui sont des intentions, on va dire, de réservation, des besoins de réservation, et ce qui permettra à Léo de pouvoir ouvrir la discussion avec Turkish Airlines. Donc, faites votre possible pour donner vos probabilités de besoin de réservation le plus vite possible, quantitativement et si possible avec des noms pour que ça soit concret pour Léo et qu'il puisse travailler là-dessus. J'ai deux inscrits qui sont Pierre-Georges et puis Olé. Pierre-Georges d'abord, et si possible, essayez de faire relativement court, 3 minutes, 4 minutes maximum pour que tout le monde puisse prendre la parole. Merci beaucoup. Pierre-Georges. Pierre-Georges. Bon, bah, peut-être si Pierre-Georges n'est pas disponible. Olé. Olé, est-ce que Olé m'écoute?
Allô? Allô?
Alors, Pierre-Georges, allons-y. Pierre-Georges et puis après Olé.
Okay. I will speak in English. Just to say that to support the interaction process around the activities that are being announced, there has been the implementation of thematic connection spaces where whoever register in the website is invited to come in the thematic spaces, and it can select. There are 13 thematic spaces, one for each theme, and the idea is that the organization can announce their activities, can react to the activities of others, and the information that is available in the website is shared to the people that are in the thematic spaces, which is a WhatsApp group. At the moment, there are about 50 to 150 people in each of the thematic spaces. And of course, the interactions are starting because the fuel for the interaction are the announcement of activities. So the list that Netra shared is the fuel, is what is the base for interaction. So people announce an activity and other people can say they are interested or make question, and then they discuss between themselves. This is just a help to have a common space for interactions around the activities. And the question of the deadline of the registration of announcement of activities is very important, because at the moment there is about 30 activities. So more activities are prepared, but they are not visible yet. And some activities are just a title. A few activities are more elaborate with a description, because in the website you can have one page for the activity. You can have a second page which is called more detail, and you have a third option, which is that you can associate documents. For instance, the Global Feminist Forum, they have documents that are visible, and you can download those documents when you access the activity. All this is accessible from the website, and for each activity you have the contact numbers and contact emails that are also visible. So I will share the link to get into the thematic spaces in the chat. Thank you.
Merci Pierre, Georges. Olé. Olé.
Okay. Yeah, I just need again, or I need to. Yes, I need to express my disappointment with this agreement with the Turkish Airlines, and it was said clearly last time that it would not have any promotional place, but now it is on the homepage of the World Social Forum, clearly stating this this offer from the Turkish Airlines. Turkish Airlines are owned. Half the airlines are owned by Turkish government, and we know already that that Kurdish activists they cannot fly with the Turkish Airlines through Turkey. Many of them risk that the Turkish Airlines they share their passenger lists with the government. So when Kurdish activists fly through Turkey with Kurdish Airlines, their travel is often interrupted by police. Police enters the airplanes and arrest Kurdish activists there. So it means that this offer is not available from our friends who within the Kurdish activists. And also, I believe that today, when we are talking about another world possible, I believe that the Kurdish movement is one of the strongest movements showing the path towards the other world possible we imagine. And then to have this public agreement with a company that are directly involved with the suppression and persecution of fellow activists, I find it to be shameful and embarrassing to be part of it. For the Norwegian Social Forum, we have been discussing whether we will retract from joining the World Social Forum because of this. I find it a disgrace, and I find it disrespectful towards our fellow Kurdish activists and their struggle to have this direct cooperation with a company that is directly involved in their suppression. Thanks.
Merci Olé. Je pense que effectivement on a tous en tête ce qui se passe avec la Turquie, mais Léo expliquera peut-être pourquoi c'est le choix de Turkish Airlines, mais en tout cas rien n'empêche d'avoir d'autres propositions. Hein. Tord.
Maybe Leo should answer first, or
It's your turn. You can talk. Tor,
Well, I
you can
just
speak.
I just want to
Attends, Léo, il y avait Tor d'avant.
Ah bon.
This issue is about mobilization, and it was really good to hear about this march from India, and the mobilization in South Asia seems to be really working well. It's another case with the mobilization outside of South Asia. My experience is that you have to talk to people, and at least in Sweden, there's nobody interested whatsoever. If you say register, you have to motivate them. And this motivation is going on with the help of dialogue, answer, and get in contact with them. So far, we have now succeeded to get the board of Friends of the Earth Sweden strongly interested. But the reaction is something we have to understand very clearly. Yes, they willing support. They, Friends of the Earth, did a very important contribution to the World Social Forum 2021 and to the environmental space. But people are opposing going with airplanes to Nepal, of course, because it's the environmental movement. They, of course, will send one person. I will represent Friends of the Earth Sweden, so there will be one on the spot. This means a total different view on the whole mobilization that's been expressed here. This means that we have to talk and have dialogue with people, and we have to be realistic and understand if you talk with one person, an international organization in 65 countries doesn't mean anything that there will come people from 65 countries. We have to understand that the key issue for mobilizing environmental and climate activists is to have online preparations starting as soon as possible. And this whole thing with only referring to some automatic digital conversation has not led to the mobilization that was wished for outside South Asia. There has to be some kind of self-understanding in this group. Otherwise, this will be a South Asian affair with Oxfam and some and some other things which you don't really know because there's only names somehow, and you don't know anything if these organizations are relevant for the mass movement who we are actually interested in reaching out to. So I think it's perfect that we have the website, but we have to understand that the online preparation should be starting, and that maybe is mainly a task of the World Assembly, but is also a task of what we will discuss in the second part of this meeting. So think about the realities. People are concerned about the climate crisis. They don't want to travel, air travel all over the world. Thank you.
Merci. Léo, tu veux rajouter un mot sur les questions de transport?
Yes, I mean, it's a complete voluntary thing to participate in this. It's just an offer which there are several airlines to Kathmandu, but not with a very extended network as they have. So, of course, if somebody doesn't want to get there and there is no agreement on making propaganda or whatever for Turkish Airlines, it is just the possibility of getting a cheaper price. I mean, it's not a. We have talked about it before. It's not a must, but it is a possibility. And since money shortage is a real this time, given the distance to Kathmandu from Three other continents is an issue. I thought it would be a good idea to get this. If you say that the Kurdish cannot come on the Turkish Airlines, well, then they would not come, and perhaps also other countries. It is just an offer.
Merci Léo. Il y a Paco.
Hi to everybody. Regarding this affair with Turkish Airlines, on one way I agree with Ole. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Attendez, il y a
Mina, excuse me.
Est-ce que
Mina,
vous
could
pouvez
you close?
fermer vos
Mina,
micros, s'il vous
please.
plaît?
What I want to say that is maybe is better just to put that we have an offer where it's possible to have the discount for the flying ticket. Then the people decide if they want to go or not. Putting the name of the air company, I think that is probably is another thing. We got the same problem, if someone of us remember, in Nairobi, or where there was a telephone company that make advertising for the forum, close to the forum, this and that. So I think it's we must be careful for that, like don't have, for example, logo of some company or some politic party or government. It's or maybe just a local government, like we did for many years also in Brazil, that also the Brazilian camarades can explain and tell how they deal with the different funding that they found. Just to be in the line, in the, we can say, political line of the World Social Forum. Just like this, then I agree with Ole that some people can have also problem, but if they know before, maybe they will take another air company. That's of course is for the Kurdish people is a risk, but I don't think that they will take an airplane of the Turkish airline. Thank you.
Merci Paco. Peut-être que si vous voulez rassembler vos propositions, vos questions ou vous faire part de la mobilisation dans vos différents continents, ça serait bien. Il nous reste plus que 10 minutes pour parler encore de ce premier point. Beaucoup de questions ont été posées. Il y en a sûrement d'autres. On rassemble un peu les questions de manière à ce qu'on puisse après faire un point définitif, un point pour cette réunion sur cette question. Qui d'autre veut intervenir, faire part de ce qui se passe ou des questions qui se posent sur cette problématique-là? Patricia.
Oui, bonjour. En termes de mobilisation, je peux dire qu'on a, avec le CRID, ATTAC et d'autres organisations, on s'est réunis cette semaine pour une réunion francophone pour précisément lancer le FSM et voir un peu qui ferait partie de la délégation francophone. Donc on avance. On se revoit la semaine prochaine, le même groupe, pour ce type d'action. Nous, à ATTAC, en termes de mobilisation, Netra demandait à peu près combien de personnes pouvaient venir. On pense qu'on va être à peu près dans la délégation d'ATTAC une dizaine. Ce qui est bien. À Mexico, je crois qu'on n'était que 2. Donc là, à peu près une dizaine de personnes. Et donc, on espère qu'avec nos réunions francophones, on arrivera, là aussi, on a des collègues du Québec, d'Afrique qui sont là. Donc, on espère qu'on va réussir à mobiliser. Encore une fois, je pense que avoir le guide sur les conférences en hybride est très important parce que pour bien définir justement la proposition d'activité, il faut qu'on arrive à bien décider ce qui se fera en présentiel et en hybride. Donc voilà pour le moment, la mobilisation francophone, eh bien, est en route, on va dire, même si on sait qu'on ne sera pas extrêmement nombreux.
Merci Patricia. Je peux dire qu'on est probablement 5 du CRID. Enfin, c'est pas probablement, on sera 5 du CRID et on essaye d'avoir, il y aura une dizaine de personnes d'Emmaüs France internationale. Donc, une délégation française qui peut autour de 25 ou 30 personnes aujourd'hui est envisageable pour Katmandou. Je laisse peut-être les copains du Québec de dire ce qui se passe de leur côté. Mais Paco, en attendant.
Yeah, thank you. Regarding the mobilization, I have a meeting with Gita Pandiv and some other camarade. Gita, she's here from Kirdak about the climate issue. We have a meeting Saturday to define the next step. We are still looking for funding to come from Italy and also from other countries. There are people, for example, from Climate Justice Network or other that are looking for funding. And I think it's important to find a way to sort it out. And so I think that soon we can give also the right timing for this meeting that we are planning to do, and regarding climate change that is focused on melting mountain and all is down. So community, agriculture, water, what is involved in this big issue. So that is on my side. Very soon we will give you an answer about that, and so we will try and we will see what is going on. It's not easy.
Merci Paco. Qui d'autre qui veut intervenir là, à ce stade-là de la discussion? Carminda.
Acho que precisamos confirmar o dia 15, né, para um evento de lançamento, de mobilização.
Hello, everyone. So I just wanted to share that from Quebec, we should be 17 people coming. Actually, 13 from Quebec and 4 from France. And we're mainly young people going. So yeah, and we're trying to mobilize also people from Latin America and Africa, trying to get some financial mean for our comrades also. Thank you.
Effectivement, Carminda a raison, c'est la question aussi de la présence africaine et la présence latino-américaine qui aussi doit nous interroger pour avoir véritablement un forum social mondial et global. Et donc, qui d'autre veut intervenir? Peut-être rappeler quelques questions qui ont été posées à Netra ou à Homme, s'ils peuvent répondre, je sais, ou quelqu'un d'autre. Un, sur la date limite des inscriptions des activités. 2, sur un mode d'emploi de la participation en ligne, puisque se pose quand même cette question de la participation en ligne forte. Troisièmement, la question de comment faire converger un certain nombre de thématiques qui ont été posées. Tout ça, ça a été mis par Rita en question sur le chat. Il y a la question aussi, bien sûr, des visas et les éléments de la culture locale. Voilà, quelques questions pour cerner cette première partie. Et probablement qu'il y en aura d'autres. Vous pouvez les inscrire sur le chat. On prendra tout ça en compte. Netra, peut-être sur ces questions. Netra ou Homme ou quelqu'un du comité népalais. You can speak, Netra. You can talk about this question.
So, okay. Thank you very much. It is very encouraging that our comrades are supporting and mobilizing across the continent. We are excited to respond some of the, for example, tour. That is fine if people don't fly because of the climate change. But many people are flying, particularly the young people. The Youth Intercontinental Forum has attracted big interest to come to Nepal to attend the Youth Intercontinental Forum, and there are 9 thematic issues. If you go to the website and then access the Youth Intercontinental Forum, you will see the thematic space as well. Climate and youth and climate, youth and peace and justice, youth and disarmament, youth and migration, employment, youth and education, etc. And all the relevant for the youth. Thank you, the Quebec government, and then all the other friends you are mobilizing there. And then many have booked Kathmandu hotel. Maybe a couple of thousand people from across the Europe, Latin America, and Africa will arrive. And those who cannot arrive, who cannot fly, maybe let us think about how we can make a hybrid or online social forum. Okay, that is another options that we already have. So please don't discourage people in the name of something else like that. No, our request, because we can't return back from this point now. Because in Nepal, we have mobilized all the things with the IC support, International Council support, your support. So please support us, whatever level, to the extent possible. There are many people coming with the climate interest. There are many people coming with the peace movement. And then many people march, okay, from different places in the South Asia, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, that is fine, because it is because of the territorial access. That's why people can march from Nepal, from Sweden you cannot march, from United Kingdom we can't march. We have to fly anyway. So your support, your engagement, and your mobilization, and whoever can come, please let us know. We have to have a international council meeting, and which day, and those who can come, we can physically participate. Those who can't come, we have a hybrid mode, no? Even we can have a inter-council, all a reflection. What will happen after the World Social Forum in 2024 in Nepal? After that, what will happen? So we don't have much time now to discuss many things, but we have to now act. So don't fight with the Turkish Airlines. Leave it. If people come. If they don't ride the Turkish, they ride this, what is called that, the others, Emirates or that is Qatar, that is fine. If people don't come, and how we should, what is called, force them. We can't force them. So it is the voluntarily, but we have to, what is called, appreciate the Turkish offer. And the Leo, we have to very much, we appreciate your efforts. You have made the efforts for the, making this arrangement, because Turkish did not give in Nepal. We have wrote to Nepal, from Nepal to Turkish Airlines. They didn't respond, but they respond to Leo when he made an approach from there in Europe. So there is the good efforts that we highly appreciate. And then in terms of the program, Rita and other friends, they have advised to come together to interact between the themes, and then the similar themes. Whoever can come, Because let us make a quality. I don't think that we have to be worried about the having more and more programs, but we have to have a very quality deliberation. The quality political attention, political what is called mobilization we bring, that is important, rather than having hundreds, thousands sessions. So I am sure that we are pretty sure there will be a number of quality thematic space panel assemblies, maybe 15 to 20 every day, 3 to 4 to 5. That would be great. And we have a quality inaugurations, try to make a hybrid opening ceremony and all other. We have discussed today, all the assembly, let us have a hybrid to the extent possible. But even we make a hybrid, the time zone difference makes us difficult to participate. Because when we will be having in Nepal 9 a.m., we start at 9 a.m. Nepal, but Latin America, Brazil, maybe only 2-3 p.m. a.m. Okay, only 2-3 a.m. just after the midnight. So we are working on the protocol guideline on the hybrid guideline we will share with you, and also time zone. Okay, what kind of the time? If in the latter time allows, I will show you the draft guideline, and also time zone. Okay, and then what program we can overlap, maybe 1 to 2 hours like that, 3-4 hours. You stress if in the Brazil or Africa or some Mexico, you can stay up to midnight, okay? And then we can have a few hours overlap. If you can wake up in early morning, we can have some overlap so that we can make some program. Like that we have to adjust because of the time zone difference. And then the important things is that the interpretation, the online interpretation. Maybe Mike Davis will bring this issue here, because most of the volunteer interpreters are from Latin America, and then also Africa, and then Europe. Europe is tentatively manageable, no? 5-6 hours. But from Latin America is very difficult for them as well. To having the interpreters. In Asia, in India, we explored. We don't have much capacity in interpretation in Asia, because in Asia we don't have the different language, and we don't have the capacity in Portuguese. We don't have the capacity in Spanish, and we don't have the capacity in French. In Asia, we have maybe some capacity in Arabic. Okay. But still we have to explore. So we are exploring that, and then let us also, there must be some solution on the interpretation as well. So our colleague from Nepal, and then our volunteer group, coordinated by Mike Davis, they are in communication, strong communication, the communication team. This is the one of the biggest challenge we have. Even we have the program. Okay. Thank you very much.
Merci Netra pour toute cette précision importante, et on sait que vous travaillez pour faire en sorte que ce forum se passe dans les meilleures conditions possibles pour tout le monde. Il n'en reste pas moins qu'il y a encore des questions qui sont posées, qui ont besoin de quelques réponses dans les jours à venir. Ce que je propose, c'est de rassembler toutes ces questions qui ont été posées aujourd'hui, d'essayer de les mettre sur papier, en tout cas de les écrire très, très précisément, de les partager et de faire en sorte, d'ici la prochaine réunion, qu'on puisse avoir des réponses, qu'on puisse mettre sur le chat, sur le WhatsApp du CI, de manière à ce qu'on puisse maintenant activer la préparation du FSM dans sa partie maintenant très concrète, puisque je crois qu'on a les grandes lignes. Donc ça, c'est cette première partie, on voit que la mobilisation, elle est en cours. Chacun fait des efforts partout dans les continents pour faire en sorte qu'il y ait un peu de monde, trouver de l'argent, parce que ça aussi, c'est des financements nécessaires, et créer les conditions d'accueil et permettre aussi, faciliter la mise en ligne en tenant compte des problèmes d'horaire, d'interprétariat, toutes ces questions-là qui méritent encore de travailler. Je ne sais pas si Rita, tu veux dire encore un mot là-dessus, et puis on passe à la deuxième partie, si tout le monde est d'accord. Rita?
Vamos para a segunda parte. Eu gostaria só de introduzir esse assunto fazendo uma proposta. Em vez de abrirmos na tela os tópicos que foram propostos e que nós vamos conversar aqui, eu coloquei um arquivo no chat que está com a tradução em todos os idiomas. Então, podemos, inclusive, ler e, por ali, os intérpretes podem até seguir a tradução, se for o caso. Eu acho que este debate é uma continuidade ao que o Netra disse e ao que foi colocado anteriormente sobre o fórum ser mais híbrido, mais virtual. Foi justamente para que ele seja híbrido e para que nós tenhamos como mobilizar as pessoas que querem participar dos debates que mais unificam movimentos, que mais preocupam coletivamente a humanidade, que foram definidos alguns tópicos gerais, né, para que eles aconteçam no final de cada dia de programa. Foram 4 tópicos gerais e um sobre a Palestina, que é uma urgência localizada, que também está preocupando por incidir nos futuros aí, no futuro do mundo. O que vale, o que não vale para as relações de um mundo civilizado com os mínimos instrumentos aí de moderação. Hoje nós estamos descobrindo que eles não estão funcionando e é preciso incidir. Então, eu acho que eu poderia estar apresentando, a ideia que esses 5 tópicos, os 4 gerais mais Palestina, que eles sejam organizados por organizações do CI que se comprometam com a sua realização. Significa, junto com o Comitê do Nepal, junto, porque a atividade será híbrida, ela não será apenas online. Então, ela terá uma mesa no Nepal, a partir do programa do dia, e essa mesa terá transmissão e participação internacional. Nesses temas, uma vez definido qual tema ocorrerá a cada dia, nós teremos esse grupo responsável, mas não quer dizer que essa atividade seja apenas daquele grupo responsável. É uma atividade das organizações do Conselho Internacional. Foi um entendimento de que as organizações fariam esses debates. Então, mas nós precisamos dividir as tarefas. E as tarefas, elas implicam em definir quem de cada continente ou de cada grande tópico daqueles itens propostos vai falar com uma visão que interesse às lutas do resto do mundo, não são intervenções sobre o seu movimento, mas são intervenções para contribuir com as lutas internacionais. Então, eu acho que é importante nós revisarmos agora esses tópicos. Ali foram colocados nomes de pessoas que estão na secretaria, são pessoas de facilitação da secretaria para esses tópicos, mas nós precisamos definir quais as organizações vão assumir cada um deles e começar a trabalhar desde já. Isso vai ajudar a mobilizar internacionalmente, a divulgar internacionalmente o fórum e a fazer um trabalho mais coordenado e específico junto com o Nepal para a construção de atividades comuns. Então, é isso. Aliás, foi por isso também que perguntei ao Netra se haveria mais oficinas, não cobrando mais oficinas, mas porque essas atividades estão muito na linha do que o Nepal está propondo, de fazer debates qualificados e, no final do dia, um debate internacional, né? Um debate híbrido. Então, aqui nós temos os painéis propostos são os seguintes. O primeiro painel, construir a paz e garantir a justiça climática e ambiental. Neste painel, aqui há uma explicação, né? Perante a violência em todo o mundo, vamos explorar em conjunto formas de construir um mundo pacífico, assegurando simultaneamente a justiça climática e ambiental e os direitos da migração, etc. Aqui, quem estiver interesse no painel 1, pode já entrar em contato com o Léo e com o Tord para indicar as suas organizações. O segundo painel, neoliberalismo, FMI, Banco Mundial, lutas sindicais, economia social e solidária, justiça social e proteção social em perspectiva. Nesse painel, vamos debater os impactos do neoliberalismo, o papel do FMI, do Banco Mundial, as lutas sindicais, a economia social e solidária e a necessidade de uma proteção social justa. Como referências para essa organização estão Leonardo, Kamal, Patrícia, enfim. Terceiro painel, racismo, fascismo, liberdade de expressão na era digital, democracia e direitos humanos. E nesse painel vamos mergulhar nos desafios contemporâneos como racismo, fascismo, a liberdade de expressão, enfim, contra a criminalização dos movimentos sociais, preservando a democracia e os direitos humanos. Também podem falar comigo ou com Fabian para montarmos o grupo que vai organizar esse painel. O quarto painel, movimentos feministas e lutas por direitos. Vamos explorar o movimento das mulheres e suas lutas pelos direitos, salientando os progressos alcançados e os desafios que persistem. A Rose está como referência para este painel, por enquanto, só ela. O quinto painel, a questão palestina e o processo de paz. Caminhos para a justiça e novas perspectivas para a Palestina. Aqui a referência é Youssef, o Alaa e o Hamuda. Então, nós teríamos que hoje colocar aí à disposição do CI a montagem desses grupos, precisamos que eles sejam montados rapidamente. Agora, precisamos definir os dias desses painéis, porque na comunicação nós vamos começar já a fazer textos específicos para cada painel, para podermos trabalhar conjuntamente com a ajuda de cada grupo. Precisamos da data para poder também divulgar que haverá esse conjunto de atividades híbridas. Aí a palavra está aberta. Fabian, se você quiser colocar alguma coisa.
Non, je te remercie, Rita, de cette présentation. Je crois qu'elle est complète. Ce que je voudrais simplement rajouter, c'est par rapport aux interrogations qu'a posées Pierre-Georges, je pense qu'il aura l'occasion d'y revenir peut-être. L'objectif, ce n'est pas de sortir de ces panels avec des propositions, ce n'est pas une assemblée de consensus ou quoi que ce soit. C'est des temps de rencontre, de débat pour faire en sorte de faire comprendre que ces problématiques qu'on a mis en place, ces 5 points, sont des problématiques qu'on souhaite voir débattre parce qu'elles nous semblent aujourd'hui au cœur des problématiques posées à travers le monde et pas seulement en Asie, en Afrique ou en Europe ou en Amérique latine ou en Amérique de manière générale. Donc voilà, c'est un temps qui nous semblait intéressant pour relancer le Forum social mondial et montrer que le Forum social mondial est bien en phase avec l'actualité du monde et à partir de là, convaincre de participer à ce Forum social mondial, notamment à travers ces panels, mais bien sûr en inscrivant leur propre activité autogérée. Il n'y a pas de contradiction entre les deux, elles se complètent l'un à l'autre et naturellement, toutes les organisations qui souhaitent travailler avec les principaux facilitateurs de ces panels sont les bienvenus et doivent se proposer rapidement dans le cadre du CI. Paco, vous voulez la parole.
Merci, Fabien. I think that the first point has too many issues inside. So we have to recalibrate, I guess. So because there are migration, war, climate, and is not there, for example, agriculture and landing or agroecology. And there are many organizations, as Netra said before, also from India, that are focused on that. And agriculture is responsible for 40% of the climate change and climate crisis. So I think that we need some little time to recalibrate, probably, and then have an answer, Rita and all the other. I don't think that we can put just many titles inside and together, because if not, it's very difficult also to manage if there are different organizations in the methodology. We need to give the voice to who wish to speak about. So that is something that I think that we must take care for that. Thank you.
Merci Paco. Thor.
Just to follow up on Paco, of course, it's necessary with a dialogue, and certainly a very much important dialogue with movements in Nepal. I think we have to start now, and we have a temporary definition of the assemblies. Let's use that, but of course, be open to possibilities to make some change, because this is exactly the way we can mobilize. It's the only way we can mobilize, is to discuss with people. I'm not the Paco, that there's too many issues. Friends of the Sweden have excellent experience from World Social Forum 2021. We were able to mobilize International Trade Union, Via Campesina, Global Tapestry of Alternatives, International People's Assembly, World Peace, the International Peace Bureau, etc., etc. The climate justice movement. I don't see a bigger problem. What we will do from the Friends of Sweden, who did this in 2021 together with Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and several others, is to contribute, starting a discussion online to prepare for a common declaration, to prepare a common process, and not only thinking in terms of finding a very small number of people, but really involving every movement on earth in a process towards making Nepal a success for an idea about how can we integrate the struggle for disarmament, social welfare, including rural welfare, including agroecology, etc., and climate transition. And I put now in the chat the statement we have done together with the biggest peace organization on earth, in Sweden, I mean, the oldest on earth. And we are moving to mobilize locally for this. And I hope we are also intending to do activities parallel to Nepal in Sweden, because what we need is a global process and not only thinking in terms which elite should sit in a panel. So that is our contribution to making something far, far wider than only speaking panels, to make something that we hope can bring hope and enable participation from hundreds, thousands or more people than the ideas of everyone traveling with air tickets, and much, much more political, involving political interest among local groups all over the world. You can find it in the chat. Thank you.
Merci, Thor. Rosie. Rosie.
Muchas gracias, Fabián. Gracias, Rita, por compartir los temas que están, las mesas que se están proponiendo. Quería comentar que en el caso de la mesa de feminismos está, bueno, ahora que ya lo dijo Rita, me apunté yo, pero en realidad seríamos SEAL, y también considero que con las compañeras de Nepal, RENU, con quienes estamos también preparando la asamblea, podemos, o las compañeras que están en Nepal haciendo esta movilización feminista, podemos hacer parte de este grupo, ¿no? Y al respecto, con lo que decía Pierre George con el correo que envió hoy en la madrugada, pues la verdad es que es el CI quien propone quiénes del CI podemos estar ahí, pero no es el CI quien organiza, sino son las organizaciones y movimientos que somos parte del mismo. Entonces, bueno, era por ahí lo que yo quería comentar, y yo creo que en la medida de lo posible, pues ir anotando activando en la lista de actividades, valga la redundancia, de la inscripción de la página de los compañeros de Nepal. Entonces hemos estado hablando con las compañeras de Soscorpo, que no están, no sé, no las veo por aquí. Les escribí para que comentaran al respecto y bueno, estamos a la espera de su respuesta. Listo, sería por ahí.
Merci, Rosie. Après, il y a Ole.
Yes, I also believe that we as the IC should facilitate for the discussion on the future of the WSF. And I think we have quite a new context for the WSF now. And also, as Tord said, many people are reluctant to fly. So this is also something we need to consider for the future. And also need we think to think more structured and systematically and have some longer perspectives on how we can make the WSF stronger and relevant again, and that we also should have one meeting so it's not too late in January in the IC where we talk where the secretary present sort of the plans for the IC meeting, because I think we need to use the IC meetings in Nepal to follow up from Tunis and to put the IC back to work, to start to mandate the different working groups agreed in Tunis, and also then that an open a bigger meeting on the future of the WSF during the forum itself should feed into the IC discussion on this topic.
Merci, Ole. Pierre Georges.
Yes, thank you, Fabien. I have I think there is a kind of confusion of purposes. I agree with Rosa that these activities, whatever their purpose and their time will be, are self-organized. They are not IC organized. Now, what is the purpose? Because the purpose that they are in the I understand that they would be in the evening at 7 or 8. This has not been clarified. Whoever organizes them. So is it, because if it's to mobilize, as some people have said, these activities should be online in January. They shouldn't be hybrid in Kathmandu because it's too late to mobilize. If it's to discuss what is the topic that has been announced, these are not the future of social forum. These are issues in the world. It's not the social forum is not being discussed how to implement the social forum. It's liberalism, war. I'm not feminism, etc. So this is content. It's not related to the social forum. The best way to have a discussion about the future of the social forum can be in a self-organized activity, as was done many times in forums, and having a long IC meeting well prepared on 20, 21st, 22nd, maybe at the third day. This we can discuss the future of the forum. As I see, we are supposed to facilitate this, so we need to read on the same page on this. Yes, that's our responsibility. So what is the purpose? If the purpose is to have a discussion where we can include people from Latin America, it has to be done on certain time. But if it's to mobilize, it has to be done before the event. And if it's to think about the world, the future of the World Social Forum, beyond having some activities in the program, it can be a work in the IC meeting that's following the forum. So I have no problem with whatever is organized as long as it's self-organized, because as an IC, part of the IC, I don't feel that the format or the content is relevant, because as I explained in the paper I made, the people in Kathmandu will have many solicitations in the evening, so their participation 5 days at night from 7 to 9, I think it's unrealistic. It's more realistic to have a meeting on 22nd, a longer IC meeting, well prepared, and to have earlier online meetings, self-organized, to promote WSF, to promote, and in the forum have some activities about the future of the forum. Why not? Yes, this has been already, every time has been made. But I think there are different objectives, and whoever organizes something has to clarify the objectives, because as I said, mobilize, think about the future of the forum as I see. And if it's panel, it says panel discussion. This is not very inclusive either. It's there will be a small group who will be defining who's going to talk, how long, and these people have clearly the responsibility, but the IC is not committed to what they decide. So I have no problem with what is done as long as it's self-organized, and I invite to clarify the objectives, because the format, the time, the moment depends also on the objective.
Merci, merci Pierre-Georges. Je vais laisser la parole à Hamouda. Juste avant que Hamouda intervienne, je vais dire que il n'est pas question dans l'esprit du secrétariat et de la discussion qu'on a eue au CI dernier, car le secrétariat n'a fait que mettre en application ce qui a été débattu au CI précédent, de confondre l'instance CI qui se réunira le 20 et 21 des débats que nous proposons, des panels que nous proposons, qui sont des sujets que nous pensons importants, que nous avons ensemble définis comme étant importants. Et j'aimerais bien d'ailleurs que si Youssef ou d'autres peut intervenir sur la manière de poser la question palestinienne dans le cadre du Forum social mondial, ça serait bien qu'ils puissent intervenir. Mais en tout cas, que nous puissions avoir des débats importants. Ce ne sont que des débats, ce n'est pas le futur du forum. il y a le 20 et le 21 pour le futur du forum dans le cadre du CI, et rajouter le 22, ça me semble personnellement, en tout cas, pas possible. Mais bon, ça, c'est une opinion personnelle du CRID. Hamouda.
Oui, moi, c'est juste, je vais parler en français. C'est juste pour être un peu clarifier les choses. Le Forum social mondial a été créé après Seattle, après tous les mouvements anti-impérialistes contre le néolibéralisme et tout ça. Notre principe de ce forum, c'est comme ça qu'a été créé. Si on a, et vous lisez tous les papiers qu'il y a eu entre la création du Conseil international et maintenant, tous les débats étaient des débats sur les situations qui se passent dans le monde. On a continué en 2008, quand il y a eu la crise bancaire américaine, le forum qui a eu, on a décidé de faire une mobilisation internationale. C'est le CI qui l'a décidé, ce n'est pas des membres. C'est le CI qui a décidé de faire une mobilisation internationale sur une mobilisation en 2010. Le CI, en 2010, a décidé de faire au Mexique une discussion sur la stratégie avec des personnalités qui ont préparé des documents et il y a eu des discussions comme ça. Nous avons dit, puisqu'on est 23 ans après le premier Forum social mondial, nous avons dit dans les discussions qu'on a eues d'avoir une réflexion, d'avoir une analyse, d'avoir un débat. Ce n'est pas des débats qui vont sortir avec des décisions. C'est des débats pour nourrir le Conseil international, pour voir où les mouvements sont arrivés, pour voir où est le monde à ce moment-là. Donc, c'est pour ça qu'a été décidé d'organiser 5 grands thèmes qui sont en plus des thèmes de convergence, des documents de convergence, pour voir un peu où sont arrivés les mouvements, c'est quoi la situation dans le monde et tout ça. Si je viens au forum, je me tape 13 heures de vol pour aller jusqu'à Katmandou et je pars pour faire un forum et organiser un atelier où je me ramasse à discuter avec nos amis arabes sur le même sujet, je resterai au Maroc et j'inviterai le monde au Maroc et je discuterai avec mes problématiques internes. Là, on veut analyser la problématique. Nous voulons, le CI a cette tâche de faciliter le FSM et faciliter la discussion, faciliter, réfléchir pour qu'on puisse avancer. Parce que c'est ça qui a créé qu'on a maintenant l'Assemblée des mouvements, l'Assemblée des FSM, l'Assemblée résistance et tout ça. Pourquoi elle a été partie, elle a été créée? Parce que les gens sont tannés d'être dans une situation où on n'est pas capable de discuter, d'avancer. On ne prend pas de décision, on ne va pas faire un appel, un communiqué, qui va le signer ou qui ne va pas le signer. C'est un débat. Il faut qu'on arrive à un moment donné au CI de produire des documents. Le Conseil, après, va se réunir. Il aura au moins eu des débats qui, au lieu de partir, parce qu'il y a des gens qui ne seront pas capables de venir au CI. Et on sait que les réunions en ligne, ça donne absolument, ou à 40%, ne donne rien du tout. On perd notre temps, les gens se répètent, personne n'écoute l'autre. Donc, c'est pour ça qu'on s'est dit, si on a 2 jours, c'est assez, puisque les gens vont être là 7 jours. Et comme l'a dit Fabien, il y a des gens qui ne pourront pas rester au-delà du 20 et le 21. Tout le monde va vouloir retourner. Donc, et en plus, il n'y a pas beaucoup de monde qui vont venir. On le sait, tout le monde le sait. Tout le monde a dit qu'il n'y a pas assez d'argent pour pouvoir venir. Donc, il faut qu'on commence à revoir, discuter. C'est une continuation de Tunis. Et après, au Conseil international, on n'aura pas obligé de faire le débat. On va discuter plutôt qu'est-ce qu'on va faire sur la question climatique, comment se mobiliser, comment continuer les FSM, est-ce que cette manière du FSM est-il vivable ou pas? Donc, il y a cette discussion-là qu'on va pouvoir faire après. Mais pour l'instant, tout le monde dit la même chose. Nous sommes dans un moment, regardez aujourd'hui, il y a combien de personnes du Conseil international? Personne. On est 10, 15, 20, même pas. C'est honteux. Et comment attirer les gens? Comment mais c'est en amenant des discussions, en discutant. Voilà, c'est si bête que ça, mais on a besoin de ça. Le mouvement a besoin de ça. Voilà, désolé.
Merci, Amouda. Sur ce point hein, qui est un point de fond, parce qu'il y a à la fois la dimension panel et il y a la dimension posée par plusieurs d'entre vous sur le pourquoi et le comment et les objectifs. Chacun a donné des avis. C'est bien qu'on continue. On a encore à peu près 10, 15, 20 minutes maximum pour conclure sur ce point-là et faire en sorte qu'on puisse avancer. À vous de la parole, à la fois sur les panels et sur le fond, sur les objectifs. Patricia.
Fabian, eu queria dar retorno, mas vou ouvir Patrícia primeiro.
Ok, Rita. Oui, moi, je trouve la discussion intéressante. On en a parlé au secrétariat et là, du coup, on repose la question des objectifs. Et dans ce que Hamouda a dit, moi, je retiens, et vraiment à attaque, on est sur cette ligne, hein, que ces panels, alors c'est vrai que ça fait peut-être beaucoup hein, tous les soirs en termes de mobilisation. Faut peut-être réfléchir à la manière dont on les articule. Mais l'idée, c'est précisément que ces panels vont amener des analyses, des débats pour nourrir le CI. Et il semble qu'on a besoin de ça pour avancer aussi dans le CI et voir précisément en tant que mouvements sociaux comment on peut réagir à ces 4, 5 problématiques qui nous ont semblé toucher l'ensemble des continents et être au cœur précisément de tout ce contre quoi on lutte en fait, et dans le contexte climatique, dans le contexte de l'extrême droite, dans le contexte de la disparition des services publics, y compris en Europe, et on voit bien l'impact que ça a. Donc c'est vrai que le fond, c'est avoir des arguments, avoir des états des lieux un petit peu et des perspectives sur chacune des thématiques de manière à alimenter les prochains CI et surtout que ce FSM, c'est une étape vers d'autres mobilisations qu'il y aura après et peut-être que précisément dans la perspective de la convergence, c'est bien. Alors peut-être qu'on pourrait se dire, pour vraiment être assuré ce caractère mondial, global, justement, c'est qu'il soit coordonné ou organisé de manière autogérée, comme Pierre le dit, mais peut-être par des duos intercontinentaux, je sais pas, 2 ou 3 personnes, de manière à ce que dans la préparation, on ait déjà des visions qui peuvent être différentes, enfin, en tout cas intercontinentales, que ce soit pas que l'Europe, par exemple, qui prenne en charge la question je ne sais pas, du premier thème peut-être. Mais voilà, donc nous, ATTAC, on est prêt à participer à une ou une animation d'un des ateliers. On avait un peu regardé pendant le secrétariat, j'ai vu que le nom ATTAC apparaissait peut-être pour le deuxième, pour la partie justement néolibéralisme, et c'est vrai que ATTAC a pas mal de campagnes qui peuvent être partagées avec nos autres camarades. Donc voilà, moi un peu, je pense que l'idée de ces panels a vraiment émergé des discussions dans ce CI depuis à peu près 2 mois, où on voit bien qu'il nous faut quand même quelques lignes politiques pour pouvoir avancer et fédérer les différentes thématiques proposées par nos amis népalais.
Merci Patricia. Qui d'autre veut intervenir toujours sur cette deuxième partie et cette approche? Peut-être donner aussi comment l'importance de cette participation palestinienne. Je rappelle que c'est 4+1, c'est volontairement posé comme ça parce que ça n'est pas un panel comme les autres, la question de la Palestine et le processus de paix.
Com licença, Fábia.
Youssef a déconnecté, hein, il s'est déconnecté.
Eu queria fazer um comentário sobre as propostas de ampliar o número ou de reduzir os painéis. Na verdade, acho que no momento em que organizarmos, podemos fazer na lista do CI aquela consulta para qual painel a sua organização, em qual painel a sua organização se engaja para ajudar na organização. E esse grupo, eu acho que fica responsável se esse grupo acha que tem que dividir o tempo para destacar algum aspecto, enfim, será um grupo de facilitação daquele grupo de temas. Nós só temos esses dias no fórum com esses horários. Então, é preciso a gente fazer um esforço de trabalhar e respeitar a dinâmica aí de cada grupo que se formar. Então, acho que isso a gente poderia estar encaminhando com os grupos. Fica apenas uma questão, no momento em que divulgarmos, é importante convidar as pessoas a estarem participando dessa construção ou divulgando para que elas estejam na Assembleia. Eu acho que podemos convidar as pessoas das organizações a estarem contatando esses grupos, ter um contato de referência para que, eventualmente, elas possam estar contribuindo também com a construção. Mas, como encaminhamento, eu acho que é esse, com relação a ser uma atividade em nome do CI ou em nome das organizações, eu imagino que algumas organizações não queiram estar fazendo alguns debates, é possível, porque senão não estaríamos fazendo essa discussão. Eu acho que é possível a cada um dos debates nós termos a lista de organizações do CI que estão organizando e que estão participando, que estão apoiando. Eu não vejo nenhum problema com relação a isso. Acho que a tarefa de facilitar que isso aconteça, para facilitar um debate internacional com participação internacional, é uma tarefa de facilitação do CI. O modo de registro ali para seguir qualquer regra que seja preciosa, enfim, eu acho que pode ser feito no momento do agendamento dessas atividades. Então, eu acho que é um encaminhamento tranquilo de se fazer. O problema maior vai estar em cada grupo que vai estar responsável por dar conta daquele tema naquele tempo que está sendo proposto.
Merci Rita pour ces précisions. J'ai essayé de mettre dans le chat cette idée que chaque panel peut faire l'objet d'un groupe spécifique qui pourrait être sur WhatsApp ou Telegram et s'agglutiner avec ceux et celles des organisations qui souhaitent participer à cette animation avec une ou deux ou trois personnes qui pourraient être des facilitateurs pour essayer d'animer ces panels et permettre leur construction. Voilà ce qui j'ai compris, en tout cas, de ce qui pouvait être dit. Est-ce que d'autres veulent intervenir? Pierre-Georges? Mais si d'autres membres du CI veulent parler, c'est bien parce qu'il faut une diversité aussi de prise de parole dans le CI. Sinon, c'est 4, 5, 6 personnes qui interviennent et les autres qui écoutent. Le CI, ce n'est pas fait pour venir écouter, c'est aussi pour venir dire des choses. En tout cas, c'est comme ça que moi, je le comprends. Et c'est un peu mon rôle avec Rita de vous aider à prendre la parole. Pierre-Georges.
Yes. Thank you, Fabien.
Et on a 7 minutes, Pierre-Georges.
Yeah, I won't be long. It's just to say that there is, for me, as long as this is self-organized and assumed by a list organization, I have no problem. Then there is also the question of the thematic panels that are in the program. Of course, they are in the morning, so they are not accessible to Latin America or even Europe. If it's at 9 a.m. Nepal time, it's 5 in the morning in Europe, and it's completely midnight in Brazil. So, but these thematic panels are...
On t'entend mal, Pierre. On t'entend mal, il y a bruit.
Je suis désolé. I'm sorry. I am in just the announcement in an airport. So, sorry. I maybe I can speak in 1 minute. So I'm not covered by the announcement. So maybe I can come back.
Merci Pierre-Georges. Léo?
As far as the strategies and the goal of all these different panels is concerned, it comes into my mind that we didn't talk very much about the function of the assembly. I could see, in order to create a convergence, more convergence, that the panels which give space for discussion, for reflection, and so on, could in some way, be it by resume or by even sort of a formal proposal to the assembly to head for solutions we propose. I think we don't consider enough that the World Social Forum and the Assembly of the World Social Forum, they somehow should get together to form, at the end of the forum, should come to a sort of a strong, conclusive statement, which also implies a series of actions and so on. This is not the task of the panel, but in some way, if we put it out and spell it out, that because everybody who comes from long distances will want to have some results, that these results in an operational way would be discussed by the assembly and make that clear from the very beginning on. Thank you.
Okay.
Merci Léo. On s'oriente vers la fin là, de notre
maybe
session.
I can. Maybe now the announcement is
Okay,
finished, so I can very rapidly. I think so I remember that there are thematic panels to be organized in the mornings, and organization from the IC that are going to be present in Kathmandu, they can be in the preparation of those panels, even though Europe and Latin America will not be able to have hybrid participation because of the time, 9 to 11 in the morning of Nepal. So that's one. Second, what was raised by Leo, the macro program, the schedule of WSF 2024 has been discussed and has been put on the website. So any self-organized assembly, including the assembly to which Leo refers, which may have a session in Kathmandu, but it's one assembly among others for the WSF, they will have to have session on 16, 17, 18, and they can produce statements. And these statements will be promoted and interacted upon in the square of statement on the 19th. So the relation between the panels in the evening and the assemblies during the 9 to 6 program of WSF is not so clear. And I think because of the time, it would be better to have those panels before the forum for mobilization, But again, I have nothing against having, if people want to have those panels at 7 to 9 each night in WSF, they are welcome, but they just in their own name. And please, let's clarify the difference between those panels and the self-organized assemblies that are announced. There is an assembly on youth and climate change. There is an assembly on social protection. There is an assembly on feminism. There is an assembly of, and there will be more announced. So these assemblies are, for me, the core of the process. And they need to be prepared and interacted, and many organizations join as co-organizers. So it should be a vibrant, vivid process, those announced assemblies. The panel are more like in a reflective view, as far as I understand. Thanks.
Merci Pierre-Georges.
Micro, Fabien.
Mon micro à moi est ouvert, en tout cas. Merci Pierre-Georges. Il y a Hamouda d'une part, et d'autre part, il y a Ouattara qui vient d'arriver, il y a Youssef qui est parmi nous. Si on peut avoir terminé sur 2-3 interventions comme ça, parce que maintenant nous sommes à la fin de notre session et il nous faut dire quelles sont les prochaines réunions du FSM, du CI, pardon. Hamouda.
Oui, moi, c'est juste pour information, comme il l'a dit tout à l'heure, Olé, par rapport au Conseil international. C'est-à-dire les 2 jours du Conseil, il faut qu'on fasse une réunion du CI pour préparer de quoi on va discuter à Katmandou, au Conseil international. Et il faut que nos amis du Népal sachent que si on organise le Conseil, il faut qu'il y ait de la traduction simultanée. Donc, il faut qu'on fasse vraiment un effort pour avoir la traduction simultanée, au moins pour ces 2 jours-là, pour qu'on puisse communiquer entre nous. Donc, il faut qu'on cédule une réunion du Conseil pour préparer la réunion du Conseil à Katmandou. Donc, comme ça va être mieux organisé si on la prépare à l'avance que d'aller là-bas pour faire une réunion de conseil. Quel objectif, pourquoi on le fait et pourquoi on va le faire. Donc voilà, juste pour qu'on puisse élaborer la prochaine réunion du CI, discuter de ce point-là.
Ok, on inscrit
Merci.
ce point-là, si j'ai bien compris, à la prochaine réunion du CI qui sera préparée par un secrétariat juste avant. Est-ce que, dernière fois, Ouattara ou Youssef veut prendre la parole ou quelqu'un d'autre avant qu'on conclue cette session? Hamouda, je pense que c'est la main qui n'a pas été baissée. Maintenant, Mario?
Oui, je parle français. J'aimerais poser une question pour tous les processus, pour ceux que j'entends de la réflexion en général. Je ne sais pas si on pourrait se donner l'objectif d'apprendre de l'expérience du parent. Parce que il me semble, au moins depuis que je suis au Coran, qu'on reste avec les mêmes idées, les mêmes textes, les mêmes discussions, etc. Je ne sais pas si on apprend. Et apprendre de quoi? Apprendre si la mobilisation a un effet, si les thématiques ont un effet, si ce qu'on fait, si comment on fait, il y a un effet positif. Donc, qu'est-ce qui sont les apprentissages que vous pouvez avoir? Je pense qu'on se devrait, tout le monde poser la même question, voir si à la fin on pourrait même expliquer quoi, qu'est-ce qu'on a appris comme pays dans ce processus de changement dans le monde. Puis, parce que je suppose que...
Mario, ¿estás con audífonos? No sé, los intérpretes no te escuchan bien.
On a un problème, Mario, pour t'entendre.
Ok, là, comme ça? Là, c'est mieux? Ahí me escuchan mejor?
Non, c'est pas mieux. « Mais je crois que Mario, on a compris ton intervention globalement et je pense que ça fera l'objet de la discussion effectivement qu'on aura à la prochaine réunion. Et donc, nous pourrions aborder ça quand on abordera la place du CI dans le prochain FSM. Youssef. Youssef.
Yes, hi everybody, thank you. I will not take more than 1 minute just to thank you all by the name of the Palestinian Social Forum and for all the discussion and always the solidarity that we had from movement all over. Maybe as you know from the last meeting from Hamoudeh, the process of the work that we are trying to do on this level as a Palestinian Social Forum. The thing it's not easy even to discuss a lot with the civil society and the movement. We don't have any connection with the Gaza Strip, as you all know, under this attack. For that, even to discuss with the Palestinian in West Bank and even in the diaspora wasn't so easy. Everybody is concentrating on the movement, on the in the street, on the ceasefire, on the all this. But we start our mobilization and we feel that we will have a good delegation as a Palestinian. We hope so. And of course, with the committee in Nepal and with the international committee, we will present the Palestinian as they deserve under their attack and with the solidarity and with their resistance for their liberation and for our liberation, of course, because the liberation that the Palestinians they're asking for is for everybody, for all human beings all over the world. Thank you again.
Merci Youssef. Je crois qu'on est arrivé vers la fin de notre moment. Merci Emerson. J'ai la traduction en portugais en même temps. Bon, donc je disais, on arrive vers la fin. Je ne sais pas si Rita, tu veux dire un mot de plus avant de... Voilà, je propose que l'on puisse se donner deux nouvelles dates si on est d'accord. Celle du 19 pour le secrétariat et celle du 21, du jeudi 21 pour le prochain CI, où on mettrait à l'ordre du jour la question posée par plusieurs d'entre vous et reprise par Hamouda. C'était aborder la place du CI et donc du 20 et du 21 février à Katmandou. Et naturellement, on fera un point aussi sur où on en est, des différentes questions qui ont été posées aujourd'hui. Donc, ce que je propose, c'est que l'on essaye pour le prochain secrétariat de préparer une liste de questions ou de problématiques qui ont été posées lors de ce CI, les soumettre à la fois au secrétariat et aux membres du comité népalais pour qu'ils nous donnent des réponses. Et comme cela, on abordera plus vite la question de l'organisation pour le 21 et prendre moins de temps sur cette démarche-là qui aujourd'hui avance bien, mais prendre un peu plus de temps pour le débat qui nous est important pour nous tous, c'est l'avenir du FSM, mais à travers cette fois-ci les journées du 20 et du 21. Est-ce que ça vous va?
Oui, je voudrais seulement savoir s'il y a il y a beaucoup de gens qui participent dans l'Assemblée, quand est-ce qu'il y aura la prochaine réunion? Parce qu'aujourd'hui, il y avait un doublement de dates et évidemment, on a donné préférence au Conseil international, mais l'Assemblée, quand est-ce qu'il aura la date pour se rencontrer?
Je ne sais pas, je ne suis pas organisateur de l'Assemblée, donc si quelqu'un peut parler pour l'Assemblée, moi je ne suis pas dans l'animation de l'Assemblée.
Rossi deve saber, non?
Léo, a Assembleia está querendo organizar um debate agora. Um momento, só que eu estou com tradução de mim mesmo. A Assembleia quer organizar um debate, estava pensando no dia 21, mas se houver reunião do CI, que eu acho que é sempre às quintas-feiras, né? Nós vamos conversar na Assembleia para que se ajuste a data do debate. Acho melhor. Porque
Sí,
não, mas isso é decisão lá da Assembleia, não é?
sí, yo pienso, Rita y Leo, que podemos hacerla el 21, pero en diferente horario, para no traslapar. Lo podemos conversar en el chat de la Asamblea.
Sí.
Muy
¿De
bien.
acuerdo? Ok.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Muchas gracias a todos. Gracias, Fabián, Rita.
Muchas gracias a todos los interpretarios. Merci aux interprètes. Thank you to their interpretation. And for the next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Ciao, ciao.